Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting rational expressions, and we're going to do a little more than we did yesterday. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Yesterday we talked about if we have the same denominator, then we can go ahead and add or subtract our rational expression. If we're looking at this one right here, this one has to have a little more factoring before we can see what our common denominator is. So the first thing I want to do is factor my denominators completely. Here I can factor out a 4 and I have a w minus 4. In this expression over here, I can factor out a 2 and I have a w minus 4. So what I want to do is I want to get a common denominator. So I can see that it is going to be 4 and then w minus 4. If I have this as my denominator, the only thing I need to do is multiply this expression by 2. 2 over 2. Because 2 times 2 is 4, and I would have 4, w minus 4, on each side. So what I can do now is I have a w plus 12, and then I'm subtracting 2 times w is 2w plus 8. I need to remember that if I'm subtracting, I need to distribute the negative to both the 2w and to the 8. So I have w minus 2w, which is negative w, and 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 is a positive 4. Okay, so it looks like I have my answer here. But if I factor out a negative 1 in the numerator, I have a w minus 4. Negative times w is negative w. Negative times negative 4 is a positive 4 over 4 times w minus 4. Now I can simplify this because I have a w minus 4 in the numerator and the denominator. My answer is negative 1 over 4. So I have turned all of this, example 1, into negative 1 over 4. Okay? So let's look at the denominator in example. Let's go down here to another one that's a little more difficult. Let's look at example 4. If I factor this, I have x minus 2, x plus 1, and on the second term, I have a x minus 2, x minus 1. Okay, so now I have factored these, and what I'm going to do at this point is I want to know what my denominator is going to be. The way I do it, I take the first one, I have an x minus 2, I have an x plus 1, over here an x minus 2, I've already got it written down, and I have an x minus 1, I don't have that over here, so I need to write it down again, okay? So this is going to be my denominator. I need to look over here in this first term. I have an x minus 2, x plus 1. There we go. But I also need to multiply the numerator and denominator by x minus 1 over x minus 1. That would give me down here x minus 1, x minus 2, x plus 1, what I have over here. So I'm going to say 2x times x minus 1. I'm going to subtract from that. Let's look at this denominator. I have an x minus 2. There we go. X minus 1. There we go. But I also need an x plus 1. Now, here in my denominator, I have a x minus 2, x minus 1, x plus 1. And in the numerator, I'm going to say 4x times x plus 1. Now, what I need to do is just simplify this. So here I have a 2x squared minus 2x minus 4x squared. Negative 4x times a positive 1 is negative 4x over x minus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. When I combine like terms in the numerator, I have negative 2x squared minus 6x over x minus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. Now, I can sometimes factor the numerator and cancel something out. But if I factor that, I can see that I'm not going to be able to cancel anything out. I could factor out a 2x and a negative 2x, but I'm going to be left with an x plus 3. So that's not going to help me at all. Here is my final answer. I know these are going to be difficult for you to do on the paper, on the document camera. So, or excuse me, on your document. So if you just want to do these on a scrap sheet of paper and send me back the answer, that is absolutely fine. I will be here for help between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, 10 and 11 in the morning. Have a great day.